Where's my coffee set? Got a Zoom call. Toy truck on
Hey,
my
mamas,
desk.
and
One in
welcome
this
to
house
the
like
Real
a
Mom Energy
CEO.
podcast,
Yes.
where we embrace the chaos, juggle it all, and do it unapologetically. I'm Lena, your host, and I'm so excited to finally launch this podcast and invite you to join me on this wild, beautiful ride of working motherhood. Now, before we dive into all the things motherhood and career, I wanted to share a little bit about myself and the path that took me to where I am today. It's definitely been a journey and it's far from linear because, well, that's how motherhood goes. And I'm a first time mom to my son Axton, and I also have a sheepadoodle, Onyx. And the truth is that Axton is the one who completely changed my life in the best of ways. Onyx, too, which you'll learn more about later, and how the role that pets play in motherhood, too. But what a lot of people don't know, or maybe you do know because you've been following me along on my personal journey, is that my motherhood path was different than I had dreamt or that I had imagined it could be. We struggled with a few years of infertility. And at the end of the day, I ended up getting pregnant through IVF. And that journey just wasn't easy. And sometimes it still isn't easy to think back on. It took time and patience, and there were a lot of ups and downs. But it taught me so much about resiliency and embracing the process, as well as so much about myself. Because no matter how messy or uncertain it felt at times, when I found out I was pregnant with Axon, I had this whirlwind of emotions. There was joy, there was excitement. Most of all, there was fear. There was that fear of the unknown, how I was going to balance it all. Not to mention, in the process of all of it, I was extremely ill. So it took me from being this high performing person and knocked me straight on my ass to figure out, wow, holy cow, you really need to learn how to balance this all. How would I manage the demands of my career, my marriage, and now motherhood? But what I also knew is that this was my next chapter. And while I didn't have all the answers, I was really ready to embrace whatever came my way, or so I thought. And then Axton was born. And let me tell you a little something. Nothing prepares you for the sleepless nights, not the all nighters in college or the nights on the town in your early 20s, the constant learning curve, which literally still happens every single day, or the love that envelopes you in a new way. I still get teary thinking about it. Obviously, you can see. It's been one, or if you're listening, you can hear. It's been one heck of a ride, but it's something that I wouldn't change. And the reason why I started Real Mom Energy or started this podcast is because I know I'm not the only one who's balancing this act. But as I was navigating both my pre pregnancy to postpartum journey, I found not a lot of people were talking about it. Yeah, there's books, all those kinds of things. But in my inner circle, unless you poked and prodded, the conversations weren't being had. And I know that it wasn't embraced in our mothers and our grandmothers as we kind of went along, but I felt extremely isolated. So I know that I'm not the only one who's navigating the balancing act. And I'm sure through your own journey, you've had your own highs and lows. And that's what I want this podcast to be, a space for real talk about the challenges and triumphs of being a working mom. Whether you've had a similar path to motherhood or your journey looks completely different, we're all in this together. And I wanted to create a community where we can share, laugh, and support each other unapologetically and unfiltered. Because that's who doesn't need an unfilteredness. So, what exactly is real mom energy? You know what it is. It's that vibe, that unfiltered, unstoppable, unapologetic vibe that we moms bring to the table every day. It's waking up at 3 a.m. to nurse, then getting up at 6 a.m. or earlier to check emails, clean the house, plan out the dinners, arrange the doctor's appointments. It's working through nap times and dodging tantrums while trying to make it all happen. And guess what? It's okay if we don't have it all together. Because guess what? Most people don't. And that's the truth I'm here to share. In the upcoming episodes, we're going to talk about everything from how to juggle work and life without losing your mind to embracing the mom guilt, and finding your confidence. That's the truth that I'm here to share. And in upcoming episodes, we're going to talk about everything from how to juggle work and life without losing your mind to embracing the mom guilt and finding your confidence post baby, which I'm still struggling to do. And I'll be sharing stories from my own life, like how I went from maternity leave back to my 9 to 5, and how my baby sometimes gets on conference calls. You'll also hear from other expert mamas who have their own stories of triumph and real struggles. And you know what? There's literally no judgment here because you want to know why? We're all in this together. And I want this to be your go to place for laughs, struggles, and the kind of energy it really takes to be a mom who means business. Before I wrap up, I have to say thank you. Thank you for being here and being part of this journey from day one. It means the absolute world to me. I am so glad that you're tuning in. And if you're ready to laugh, cry, and maybe even scream, same on some days as you listen, make sure that you hit the subscribe button or follow wherever you're listening to podcasts. And trust me, you'll want to stick around because this is just the beginning. So let's do this, mama or daddies. Let's bring the real mom energy every single day. Thank you so much for listening, and I will see you in the next episode. All right, mama, that's a wrap. But don't worry, we're just getting started. If you love this episode, make sure to hit subscribe or follow so you never miss out. And if I said something today that resonated with you, share it with another mama who needs to hear it because we're all in this together. And remember, every day you're showing up, making it happen, and bringing that unfiltered, unstoppable, unapologetic, real mom energy. Keep going and keep growing, and I'll see you next time.
Laundry mountain, ain't got time. Emails, play dates, life's a climb. Spit up on my shirt, yeah, that's my style. But my baby's smile makes it all worthwhile. Doctors, deadlines, dinner's late. Spilling milk, but we still look great. Messy bun, but we get stuff done. Rocking this mom life one by one. Real mom energy, unfiltered, unapologetic, doubling it all, but we're still unstoppable. No sleep, still slay. Every single day we're doing the most in the mom kind of way. Moms who grind, moms who glow, moms who hustle, moms who grow. We're doing it big, we're doing it loud. Real mom energy, stand up, be proud.